been selected as a qualified to kind of exchange the experience that I have with you. I have a couple of questions and I want you to be active. So I can see that some of you didn't have coffee yet. My main question is why you're here. Why you're in this class today.
This is my job.
Why you're in this class today? Because you're awake, you were active at the previous session. Don't be shy to say just anything. I accept silly thoughts as well, and I accept criticism, productive criticism, so don't be shy with me, be open.
It was on my timetable list, so...
On your timetable, yes. Why did you... A timetable because you have to apply the attend the class? Yes. Why did you attend the university?
It was close to where I was living.
Okay. And who chose the course?
Who chose
the course?
Why did I choose the course?
Yes.
Because I was inspired by my dad because he's in similar fields. And so...
So you come from an entrepreneurial family?
Yeah.
Wonderful. Anyone else? You're first year, yes? This is first year.
This is first year.
And you will be studying...
Going to
yes.
in this room, there are roots from accounting, entrepreneurship.
Okay. So it's good for you to get to know each other because you will hang around for the next 4 years together. So it's good to break the ice and share and sometimes be vulnerable, sometimes, give some specifics about you because you might find some good friends that will be friends for the time being or friends forever. And many times, young kiddos like you choose a university for the experience, not necessarily for the knowledge, but for the experience or for building friendship or having party or going, many reasons, 1,000 reasons. Very good answer, thank you. Going to the psychology and the management side, I have another question, which is a little bit more philosophical than the first one. What is the most important thing in your life? Let's make it fun. Yes, please. Your family. Anything else?
My future.
Yes. Good answer. What's the most important thing for you? Yes. Family. Wonderful. Say. Anything that comes first in your... Don't be shy to say, because it's a good example. Sometimes people will hear you and they say, wow, this is a very good idea, or this is how I feel, or this is what I want. You might inspire them, or maybe you might help them to find some of their mistakes or features and stuff. So please, yes?
My independence.
Your independency. Do you know what is the most important things in a CEO life or a very successful person's life? Do you have an idea? Two of the most important things in a CEO life or a president or a top person who manages big businesses or big projects are life itself. You have an answer?
Connection.
Connection? Yeah, it's a good answer.
Maybe like organizational time management.
Time, yes. Time is very precious. Hardworking. CEOs mostly focus on work smart, but it's also hard because they have meetings and parties and traveling and all that stuff. Life is tough. What else?
Could it be communication skills?
Yes, it's very important. Without communication skills, you don't get to be a CEO because you have to present and talk and represent the company and be cute and smart. Anything else?
Risk-taking.
Yes, yes. Time, communication skills, knowledge. But the two most important things in a CEO's life is life their health, and the second most important is their well-being. These are the two features that every successful person will focus on. They're the most prior. But yes, time, family, skills, knowledge come secondary, and they're very valuable. They're a part of a package. But the most important things are their health and their well-being. And that's all included with how they manage their time and how they react to stress and how much endurance they have to the stress and all that stuff. So why I'm asking this question is because your first year into going into a venture of accumulating the knowledge and somehow created a package, and then in 4 years or earlier than 4 years, you'll go into a venture. And some of you will become CEOs. Some of you will become CTOs, or some of you will stay home and do nothing and claim universal credit. It's all up to you because you're the designer of your life. But the most important is that you need somebody who is already there to give you like a blueprint in a way and kind of guide you. That's why the university is bringing people that already succeeded and already have a blueprint to inspire you in a way, to plant a seed. So you go home and contemplate and say, this is important. Let me check how I can do that. Everything that our well-being or our mind produces, it affects the health. So everything that you learn here is beneficial, but also, in the same time, you have to do extracurriculars and see what the world has to offer. Now, I want some of you, the brave ones, to tell me something about you. I'll make it simple. I want 3 virtues, 3 good stuff, and 3 vice, 3 kind of bad habits. Are you ready?
About myself?
Yes.
Like 3 bad stuff I'll start with.
Okay.
Is procrastination.
Okay.
And self-doubt,
Okay.
especially with my coursework. And the third is probably comparison with people already achieved.
Okay, so you feel inferior, or
No, I mean, I feel like...
or you take it as an example.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I want to like pedestalize them. I want to be more than they are.
Okay.
That's what it is.
And you find that as a bad habit because it,
Comparison is a thief of joy.
yes, I agree with that.
And 3 good things about me is self-confidence, leadership skills, and communication.
Wonderful. Yeah, then you will be a good CEO one day. Anyone else? For example, I'll tell you some of my bad habits. So I'm addicted to sugar, for example, which is very bad for me because I'm developing insulin resistance. I don't like to wake up in the morning because I'm nocturnal. I'm a night person. So my brain is super active in 12 hours. So I'm very, very creative, very, very active and passionate around between 9 and 12 midnight. And obviously, because I'm active at midnight, I struggle to wake up in the morning, which I find it as a vice. But because of my lifestyle and my job and everything I have created so far, it allows me to build the program as I want, and I book most of my meetings after 2. I'm here in the morning because I just landed, and it's an important session, and I hope I can give you some information. So I made an effort. But in general lines, I don't do meeting after 2, which I call it as a vice. I also swear a lot. So I think that's a vice as well. So as most of my friends say, it's not elegant. Anyone else wants to share? Yes.
For me, good ones are I work hard, I'm self-disciplined, and I'm fun. But for the negative parts, I push the boundaries a lot. I want everything on time, so I push. So if you're going to just work around the work mindset, I push the boundaries. So it's not easy to work with me because I value discipline so
You're
much.
a perfectionist.
Yeah, and I think, yeah.
Wonderful. Anyone else? Come on, guys, wake up. I don't believe you're so passive. Are you bored already? All right. So, talking about the team leading and team management and connecting with a team and everything that your professor said earlier, you need to communicate, which I can see that it's a little bit of a struggle. But obviously you're stressed because you have to do your assignment and maybe it's not a topic that really interests you. So in order to, when you'll become a manager or you'll build a business, you'll have a team because you'll not be able to do it without one. And even though that artificial intelligence is taking over and you think that it will do all the job that you'll instruct it to, you'll still need people in the top positions, in the management position or supervising position. So you'll have to learn the skill of communicating and learning about people and communicating about yourself. So it's a very important skill, and it's very important for you to know who you are first. What's your core system? What's the core values that you have? For example, for me, my core values are my health and my well-being. And no money in the world and no project in the world will be able to buy that because this is who I am. It's the core of my existence. Then time is very important and my kind of late sleeping hours. So I drafted all my businesses alongside my sleeping cycle. If you ever heard about the two sleeping cycles, the mornings, the matinal and the nocturnal, mornings and the evenings. This will be able to help you in a way to understand yourself better. Because if you're a morning person, by this time, you'll be super energetic. So you'll have a lot of energy, you'll have a lot of ideas, and you'll be able to use this energy and ideas into creating something, creating a business, creating, projects, being, useful in the workplace that you'll be or with your business. Because come here, closer, don't go up. Close to me, here. You're late, you're being punished. You'll stay next to me. Thank you. Here. Being a manager, it's important to manage people and put them in the right places, especially when they're late. You had something important to do? Was it a good morning? Did you have your coffees? Not yet, okay. Same with the nocturnal people. I have all my genius ideas at 12 at night. And sometimes I wake up at 2 and I have a genius idea, so I have to make a note and then I have to draft the email to my accountant or whoever needs to build the company and send it in the morning. So knowing yourself and your sleeping habits and your virtues and your vice, you're becoming self-aware, and as a result, you know what you need to work on and you know what is good about you, so you enhance and you use that as a superpower. My superpower is my brain being super active at 9 o'clock, so I book all my business meetings at 9 p.m. or 8 p.m. That's where I am super active and I'm high energy and I can sell anything. In your case, for example, if you're morning, you'll use your superpower to book your meetings, your lunches. And that's when you pitch your business or your ideas, or that's when you get your projects done. It's the same with other skills, like connecting with people. Connecting with people is very important. Some of you mentioned connections. Even though that you have a new world coming in, people will still do things and you will still have to interact. We will still have presidents of the corporates. We'll still have presidents of the countries. And you will need to interact with them. And if you're a CEO and you have a big corporate, we were talking earlier about Google or Booking.com or other corporate like Apple. I can see lots of you are consumers of Apple. If you have a business like that, you most probably will have to interact with presidents. And you'll have to have good people skills, knowledge, very good knowledge about yourself, very good knowledge about them, and good knowledge about the world so you can do the small talk. So you have built the charisma in a way. I have 7 businesses in 3 different countries, and I have a couple of university finished. I speak 5 languages. Okay? Do you want to know more?
Yeah.
My bread and butter is real estate. So I have 2 estate agencies, one in London and one in Greece. I bought personally for myself and my clients hundreds of apartments, residential apartments, which I increased the value. So by increasing the value, I set up a construction company with my own employees. So all that portfolios were renovated by me. Then when I finished the renovation, I built up a cleaning company because all these apartments went on short-term rental and somebody needed to clean it. And I struggled to find good cleaners. So I brought people from abroad and set up a cleaning company. Then I got post-traumatic stress disorder because my phone was a reception desk and I had hundreds of calls per day answering stupid questions. So I had to set up a call center in Eastern Europe for other people to answer the stupid questions that I was answering every day. And then so on and so on. So I have 7 businesses in 3 different countries. 4 of them are around real estate, and all the rest are startups. And I'm still looking for good ideas and partners that I probably co-invest or build it with them. One reason why I accept to go and be a speaker at university is because it's a good way for me to canvass and prospect genius ideas. All right? Yes. Anything else? Yes.
With 7 businesses, a lot of businesses, how do you manage your time?
I delegate. Time is my new religion. So one of my super skill is delegating.
This is the essence of business management, delegation, because it is impossible to do it by yourself.
Yes.
But
So-
knowing how to delegate.
Exactly. So in some businesses, I brought business partners. In some businesses, they brought me. So I will co-invest. I will use my time, my connections, and sometimes my money to develop the business, the startup. And then we hire people, and I'm dealing with the manager. My last project is a hostel. So I bought a hostel in Islington. It's I bought it as 94 bed capacity, and now I renovated it and I increased it to 135 bed capacity. So the hostel has 12 people that are working. I'm not managing the 12 people, I'm just managing the manager. So my job is to spend 1 hour each day to check the projections and the rentals and see if there is a problem and then kick the manager's ass. Yes?
I just want to ask, this kind of building any kind of company or any businesses that you build up, I think there are lots of experiences out there, lots of failures,
Yeah.
lots of pain. So it didn't come just...
No, it didn't come just randomly. So I network a lot. So when I was 17 years old, I met a very interesting person. And I was a very ambitious, very curious young lady. So that person was a very successful man. He was a CEO as well. And he says, a busy person always have time. And it was something that is stuck in my head. So I still believe that this is the right thing to say because I am very busy, but I always have time for the right things. So I will not allow people to waste my time, and I will not allow people to steal it as well. I will not allow toxic people to come and kind of inflict and give me stress or, inflict their stress into my life. So it's all about priorities and time management. So for example, today I will finish this meeting, I'll have lunch after, and I have another 3 meetings, and then I'm hosting a social dinner at 7 o'clock. And then probably after social dinner, I will still hang around and network with other CEOs and meet other people and so on. Because my target is to have at least 20 businesses in the next 3 years. So what I want to do, I want to find interesting people, find interesting project, and prospect ideas that I can probably partnership with them. So some like young, for example, Giordani is a social content manager. Giordani he came from South America, and he just came as a tourist, but he is a genius content creator. So now me and Giordani are building a social media business. He's using his expertise and his talent in creating the videos, the one that he's actually filming now. And then he will go at home and edit it and use it for my social media and my PR. And I will use my connections and people that I meet every day and recommend it to him. And then we build a business and split the profits. And many, many other things like that, little things. Yes?
So, Ms., would you say you find your gaps in the market mostly at night? And you've been explaining. How did you find this about yourself?
I do a lot of self-development. So I question myself every day. I hang around with good people that are authentic. But educating yourself at the university and outside the university is very important. So at the moment, I'm doing my 3rd university. So I am studying psychology. So I have 2 degrees already, and I'm doing the 3rd one. And I am listening to 2 podcasts per day. Sometimes I can skip it, but I will always listen to a podcast. One of my vices is also being dyslexic. So I'm very bad in writing and reading. It's like, it's idiotic, okay? But it is a condition, and I know that many people have it. So what I do instead of reading the books, I do the audiobooks, and also it's saving time. So when I'm on my way to a meeting or when I'm on a plane, I will just listen to that audiobook. And every time, and normally each audiobook I will listen 3 times, not in the same day, but like over time, because every day you change, you grow. So, and you change perspective as well. You have deeper understanding about the world. It doesn't matter if it's a bad or a good experience, you grow every day. So in a month when I will listen to that book, I would probably pick up a different kind of meaning or something interesting that will give me a eureka moment, this aha moment. This is interesting. Catching up with people is also important because it gives you a reflection about the world and the culture and what's trendy, what is not. So my social evenings are very important because every Wednesday night I'm hosting a social dinner. It's a jazz night in a private members club. I invite a lot of people and they invite a lot of their friends. And it's my opportunity to interact with the world and see what's happening there. Plus, last month I met a scientist that is researching about sleeping, and he's teaching at Oxford University and so on. He's developing a little app which I could probably invest and develop it with him. So there is always opportunities. They sometimes come once you're ready, in a way. But everything comes with hard work. I worked hard, probably 16 to 20 hours a day for 10 years in order to build the portfolio I have right now. And it's also important to have ethicality. So if you want to build something, it doesn't matter if you build it for somebody or for yourself. You have to be ethical. I'm sure you had a course about it, like ethicality in business. So, and your professors, or you can go and review it. But for example, I don't do cross-lining. So if somebody is introducing me to a client or a kind of a potential business, I will never cross-line. What cross-line means? If there is something to do, I will have to inform the third person of what's happening. I never steal clients. for example. This is very important. And I'm very straightforward. So it's one skill that especially high net worth individuals love, when you're very straightforward, because there is no hidden agenda and there is no sneakiness and all that stuff. So being ethical at work is very important, especially in this extraordinary world when people don't know what the fuck, sorry, when people don't know what is happening in their life. And sometimes they might have disorders. Like today you had the course about psychology, understanding community. So when you work with other people or when you building businesses, there will be a lot of people that will have disorders. And it's very important for you to learn these disorders. So like it's very popular, attention deficit disorder. I mean, every third person has it. I have it. Or all this MPG, DPD, narcissistic personality disorder, or depression. All these terms, you have to learn it because you will interact day by day with people that will have this disorder. And it will help you to have a deeper understanding what they're struggling with and maybe help them, or maybe even build something to help them. Like people with dyslexia like me. Somebody built the app that reads the book. Or if you know the Speechify, reads the book for me. So, you know, all these details, it will help you to be a better person, integrate well, and be a part of the community. Because once you work in a corporate or you build a corporate, the corporate is set up by ideas and it has the communities. There are lots of books that I can send links for you to read if you want to learn about corporate worlds and how to build a community and how to kind of integrate and so on. And being a part of the community has rules that you have to have the kind of willingness to follow them. And also you have to be disciplined. But to be disciplined, you need to know what you have to discipline. What are your faults? Do you struggle to wake up in the morning? Are you late at university? Are you late at work? It's a bad habit. You might be fired for that. So disciplining yourself means you need to know yourself. And when you know yourself, you understand the world better, you can rely to them, you can camouflage or adapt, and also build ideas and projects around it. You had a question. You lost it.
Yeah.
No worries, whenever comes.
How do you manage your finances? Do you have a specific plan, like once you make a profit, and what's the percentage you're going to be reinvesting in, and what's the percentage?
Yes, so when I build a startup, normally I build something that I'm passionate about. Many businesses failed. It's like 3 to 10. And 3 to 10 is a good number because I'm hands-on on each project. For example, with the hostel, when I bought it, I was there every day managing the project. So I invested 3 months of my life in setting it up right, building the culture within the team because the culture was slightly broken. They had politics. So I had to break that vicious cycle and rebuild the right culture for that particular project. And now I'm just supervising. But in general lines, many kind of serial investors or serial entrepreneurs like me, they will have lots of plan Bs. Plan Bs is very important. That's another thing that I learned from a very successful person. They told me a successful person always have a plan B. An exit. Now, answering to your question, I invest 10% of cash if I think that the project is really good and the person who is building it doesn't have money. But really and truly, my time, and my expertise, and my connections are much more valuable than that 10% in cash. So every single project, I assess it. So for example, with Giordani, we're building a social media business now. So I will probably take 50% to start with because I'm bringing the clientele. And then we structure, if there is like different contracts, different agreements. If there is a huge project, like, for example, a £1 billion project, which I was invited to participate, then they will give me equity. So that's one thing that you'll learn probably next year. So sometimes big corporates or big projects need people with initiative, with experience, with good public presentations. So what they do, they recruit people like me and they give equity. So it depends how much that project values, and it depends how much I value my thinking and my sanity values in a way. So it's all relative.
Like with the overall money, like when you make out of all of your businesses, so the profit, then you decide with which business you're going to be investing in. Is it
Yeah,
a
well,
percentage?
each business is self-sustainable. So I don't, sometimes, well, at the beginning, I was juggling balls. I was calling myself a clown. And when you start a business, it's very good to have a subsidiary, yes? Because sometimes my real estate business will not work because I would have to do renovation for 6 months, and that properties will not create revenue. But I would have the construction company, which I could get cash flow. So I could like juggle balls, I call it, like a little clown. So everything is relative, and it's all about seeing the perspective. So
As well, or you just
I spend, but I'm a very sensible person. So you'll see that most of executives and high net worth individuals, they don't wear brands, for example. You'll not see, I have a very good relationship with the former director of BMW. He's wearing a 20 years old jeans, okay, and a very old BMW. So once you reach a certain level in the business and you build confidence, then the most valuable side of you is your mind, is not what you're wearing or how you're kind of spending that money. But because my health and my sanity is the most important thing in my life, I will spend a lot of money on that. So I spend 10% of my well-being, which is the people that are is my support team. It's the psychologist, is meditation, is yoga, is my fitness instructor, and all that stuff. Because this is the core of my existence. So I spend 10% on that.
any tips you can give for like a small business, like in general tips, which would be
Yes.
helpful?
What is the small business about?
It's about e-commerce.
E-commerce. Okay. So you're using the online platforms, you're outsourcing the product in China or somewhere, and you're selling the products on Amazon and...
It's mixed up here. We're selling on all the platforms.
Okay.
Some stuff we get from China, some we resell it. We get
Okay.
from UK warehouses.
In which position you're now in your business? Like what is it? Is it just started or?
It's been a year more than
Okay.
a year now.
So what is the struggle?
Struggle like some...
Increase the value?
Expand it and then... like, brand value, make a brand value now.
Yes. So with the expanding and brand value needs investment. So if it's a product that you make, you need to kind of invest in the, check the market first, because I don't know what product you have, but you have to check the market, check the risk assessment, check what the people buy. But in general lines, with everything that it's online, it's all about ratings.
Rating.
Yes. So if you sell on eBay, for example, or Amazon, it's all about the feedback of your clients. So maybe your fault is not following up with your client. So I have an Airbnb business which is also online, yeah? So for me to maximize my portfolio and get as many like rentals as possible, like squeeze the lemon out of that portfolio, I have to make sure I'm getting very high ratings. So how I do that, I am either giving something complimentary into the Airbnbs, like a bottle of wine or some sweets or some fruits or things, and then I make sure I follow up. And with a hostel, for example, we change the structure and we send them automatic messages. We use neuro-linguistic programming for that, if you know the term. NLP, Google it, it's a very interesting thing. So neuro-linguistic programming, we say, thank you very much. Dear John, thank you very much. It was a pleasure to host you. You are a 5-star guest. So this 5-star guest, it's automatically kind of planting a seed into his head to say, thank you very much, I had a great experience, I will write you as 5-star as well. So you probably have to work on the ratings in order to increase the sales, and obviously on the branding. If the product, when you say branding, what do you mean? Is that product has a logo? Does it has a...
So I was selling general stuff before, but when I introduced brand now, it's
Yes.
going to be toothbrush. It's like a specific one. It's not in the UK market.
Yes. So if you have like a specific product that is you're building it into a brand, let's say, I don't know, give me a name.
It's using as the Good Day.
Good Day. So you have a product that is called Good Day. Then this particular product, and we're living in the best era that society ever experienced, because you can use digital marketing for that. So you can use for very cheap pop-ups. Obviously, it's all about your reviews and boosting the listing and stuff. And you check what is your market. Where do you sell the toothbrush? Are you selling it on Amazon, eBay? Do you use all the platforms? Did you maximize the platforms? Are you using Marketplace? Do you use like other platforms in that country, like Alibaba and whatever other marketplaces that the country has to have? So what you want to do a very good product, very good sales, and also you want to ask reviews as a follow-up, and maybe ask for your clientele, give them a discount and ask to advertise it for you and make you a video review so you can use it on social media and just pop it up. Because nobody uses sticking adverts anymore. Everything is on Instagram and TikTok. You can also use social influencers. It works fantastic. Yes. Okay.
Any other tip which you can give, like in just general?
Well, it's all relative, because every single business has its own charisma. Like in my business, in my industry, every single apartment has its own charisma, because not every apartment can be advertised on Airbnb, for example. Or not every apartment can be advertised on Booking.com. It can be on Airbnb, but not Booking.com. So I need to know more about the product in order to be able to give you an opinion. But for that, you need to check the market and see what they desire, because maybe your product might be genius, but people will not buy it. There is a lot of genius products out there that they are not popular. Instead, Mac is selling crazily, yes. My phone is Honor, it's called Honor. I don't buy Apple, sorry. So it's a genius phone. It has the best camera, it has a super fast processor and all that stuff, but people don't know about it. And they don't want to use it because they are consumers of Apple or Samsung or all the bigger products. So it's all relative, and it's all about how you make that product to be desired. Because sometimes you have to make it to be desired. I have a very good example. It's about show business. So I don't remember if it was Elvis or somebody else, but it was a young singer that was not popular at all. And his manager hired around 100 girls to go on a concert where he had like to sing 2 or 3 songs. So he had a little, like a 10 minutes gig. And they hired 100 women and they paid them to go next to the stage and shout and say, Elvis, I love you, oh, and faint and all that stuff. So like create propaganda in a way. And then they brought ambulance, and they had like strict security. So automatically, because there was a lot of people out there shouting that they love Elvis, other people started to question, what is happening here? Who is this guy? And this is also related to me wearing a hat, for example. I wear the hat because I don't wear sunglasses, and it's a sunny day, or sometimes it's rainy. But my hat is actually more for PR, because you'll not remember my name, but you'll remember the lady with the hat, if that makes sense. Sometimes at my speech, I bring a lemon and just put it on a table. And then I'm waiting for somebody to ask the right question, why did I bring the lemon? and mainly on the marketing. When I have speeches on the marketing, I bring the lemon and I want to tempt them. So I want to see how curious they are. Because the curious people, they progress a lot because they are curious, they have the right energy, they have lachtara. Greek people say lachtara. It's a very interesting word. It's excitement for life and curiosity and stuff. So it is the same with the product placement. So I'm known as the bitch with a hat, sorry. Sorry, Oslam. So, and this is my brand. And people don't remember, my builders don't remember my name or some other like workers. But they know that the lady with the hat is coming to check today. And it's the same with your toothbrush. Maybe you have to do something different, like say that it's organic, biodegradable, or see what the market is asking, because now everyone is into healthy, organic, biodegradable, and all that stuff. So use that little, whatever it is, good stuff, and promote it, or do the same as Elvis. Okay, one more question, and then we wrap up. Yes.
Miss, how did you start with your businesses, and when did you know this is exactly what I want to be doing for as long as possible?
I always had an entrepreneurial mentality, but I used to work for other people. So my first business was actually non-relevant. I had a fur coat business because I needed the money, so I was sponsoring my parents. They didn't work, so I had to work. So the need of money pushed me into being an entrepreneur. So I was buying fur coats in Greece in the summer and selling them in Eastern Europe in around September, October for the full price. So that was my first little business that I had. Businesses in UK were normally me supplementing the demand. So I can see that there is demand there, and I built the service, and then I found the right people to use it. And I started with 5 clients, and then I kind of progressed because those 5 clients adored the fact that I am ethical, I'm hardworking, I have the knowledge and I'm presentable, I communicate well. So they recommended me to other clients, and that's how I expanded.
It's a huge, hard work.
It's a lot of hard work, but you don't take it as hard work or hardship. Take it as an adventure, and it will make it much easier. Like, the attitude counts. Voila. Thank you very much. Don't have low self-esteem. Go out there and blow the fucking doors out. Yeah, because you can do better. You can do better. So I had when I was your age. How old are you? Like 20s, 18. So when I was your age, I was very active as a person. I was doing voluntary, member of different organizations and things like that. But I had low self-esteem because I was raised in a very conservative culture.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, so I kind of suppressed some of my superpowers, let's say. Or, for example, I had dyslexia. I thought I'm an idiot. I'm stupid. I can't read. Or I can't read as fast as my colleagues because we didn't know about dyslexia 15 years ago. So all that like self-doubt really didn't progress my success as fast as I should have. So don't waste time.
Can I ask where you're actually from?
Moldova.
I'm from Ukraine.
Okay, nice to meet you.